Talking to Ms. CCheeseborough, who is the senior coach for the women's track team at Tennessee State University, the Tiger Bells. And of course, Coach Cheeseborough, let me give you an opportunity to again talk about some of the things that can serve as your profile, because that's what we're trying to do, is to give the audience, this immediate audience, in a real sense, an opportunity to know you better, because I think they already know you by reputation, you see, and I think that we want to try to sort of expand that. Let's have you during the second segment to talk about the Olympics and talk about some of your remembrances and some of the things that you think our audience would like to hear.
I think some great memories that I can remember in 1976. Brenda Moorhead and Kathy McMillan, all of these are graduates of Tennessee State. They were Tiger Bells. Coach Temple was not there, and one funny moment I can remember, we were excited about being in Montreal, and they had a lot of activities for us, and we were still afraid of Coach Temple, and he was 1,000 miles away, you know, but he had that impression on us that we respected our coach, and what our coach said, we did. So one night we were out and we were at the disco, you know, not really prepared for the running, but we were out there dancing and having a good time, exactly. But one of the managers called Coach Temple on the telephone, and he had us on the telephone, and he was telling us, oh, I sent you over there to do this, this, and that, and we were so scared over the telephone. That was just so funny to me, because we respected him that much that just a telephone call would do what it needed to be done, and we got back on track, and we were focused, and we went back and ran well at the Montreal Olympics.
And so Coach Temple has had a tremendous impact on all of you as Tiger Bells and as human beings. As a matter of fact, we've had several opportunities to talk to Coach Temple about the Olympic tradition at Tennessee State University, and it seems that he was a very, very unusual kind of individual, an unusual kind of leader, and somehow provided an extra kind of motivation. What was it, looking back over it now, as a coach for the women's track team now, in a real sense occupying his position, what was it that made him, his regime, so important to you?
I think that he just kept it real. You know, he let you know what he expected, and that was it. You knew from the start that this is what he expects. And I guess everybody just wanted to make sure that we lived up to that reputation. And we had some shoes to follow, because Wilma Rudolph, Juan Matthias, Edith McGuire, May Fags, all those big names that came through here. And we wanted to do what they did. So we wanted to live up to not only Coach Temple and what he expected, but the other Tiger Bells that had paved the way for us.
And I think, Coach, oftentimes you respond to in your telephone recorder by saying that the Tennessee State University Tiger Bells, the #1 track team in the OVC for outdoors. What are you saying here?
Well, on last year we were the OVC outdoor champions, so we're just putting that on the telephone to let the people know that we are the reigning outdoor champions.
And so the Tiger Bells, as a team, is still doing the same thing in terms of its exploits and et cetera. Talk about your team now.
Well, this year, like I said, we won the OVC championship outdoors. We took second place indoors on last year, and now we're into a new season. Everybody returned except one player, so we're expecting to do a repeat. That's our goal for this year. We expect to be in the top 3. I have a really good team. On last weekend, we had a Ed Temple Classic here at the indoor facility, the Gentry Complex. Also, we had a Tiger Bell reunion. So we had Edith McGuire was here, Lucinda Williams, Joanne Terry. A lot of Olympians were here on campus at Tennessee State, and we had a really good time. And then on Sunday, we closed it out with a big track meet, and the women are running well. We just hope that everyone will stay healthy and do what they need to do.
Now, how do the young players react to some of these old names that you've mentioned? I mean, what is their attitude in reference to who they are and where they are?
They know who they are, because as freshman young ladies, I make every freshmen do a book report on a living tiger bell. So they know who the tiger bells are because we will keep that tradition alive. I don't want anyone to come in here and not know a tiger bell or not know who Wilma Rudolph is or Edward Temple. So therefore, I'm keeping that alive by doing a book report. The young ladies have to do a book report. They have to stand up before the group and report it, read it. They have to do a telephone interview with the tiger bell. And on this weekend, they were excited to know that this is the person I interviewed on the telephone. Madeline Manning was here. She gave the young ladies a motivational speech talk before the track meet, and that really got them going.
And the Olympic torch also came through Nashville doing quite recently, did it not?
Yes, it did.
And you and your group, I think you were all involved in that.
Well,
talk about that.
We first of all, I was involved with the 96 Olympic torch in Atlanta. I took part in that, running the torch through the TSU campus. And then the 2001 torch came through for the Winter Games. We, the torch started at TSU campus, ran through the campus. We had a display down at the riverfront with the Tiger Bells pictures hanging up, just doing a display of the Tiger Bells, yes.
And so Tennessee State University has a real Olympic tradition. I mean, it's in terms of being able to talk about the number of medals and talk about some of those medals and some of the things that...
Tennessee State history in Olympic competition, we have 40 athletes have come from Tennessee State to participate in the Olympic Games. 23 medals, gold medals. I believe it was 14 bronze and maybe 8 silver, something like that. I'm not sure the numbers, and Coach Temple can tell you those numbers. But we do have a rich history in Olympic competition. The medal count, we know that some countries have not won medals like we've won at Tennessee State. So we plan to keep that tradition going. We have not done that yet, but I think the first step we have done is to win the OVC, and then from there, NCAA, international, and then national
And
competition.
so that's the kind of level of competition that you generally think about when you're trying to move back toward the Olympics, that you have to try to do it on the local level, and then you move on up further, and eventually you have set your sight. Yes. And you do see yourself going back as a coach.
Oh, yes.
And emulating Coach Temple and taking his group there, you see yourself within that same.
Well, I won't say that I'm going to take a whole slew because that is something hard to do.
I would imagine. So, and of course, let's stop this for a short commercial break, and after which we'll come back and give you an opportunity.
Hi, I'm Ashley Webster with the...
The topic is a